there are two layers which are above the ground. One is your atmosphere, where there is some pollution, and then there is your space, right? So atmosphere, maybe there's only one contributor, and that is the aviation industry. We have many contributors in the sea to global warming, we have many contributors on the ground, but the atmosphere only has the aviation industry. uh, Beyond the atmosphere, we have the space industry, we have garbage or debris of satellites. But yeah, I mean, that's beyond my subject, so I wouldn't be talking about that. एविएशन का एक बहुत बड़ा मसला ये है कि first of all, we all share the same planet, and then we share the same sky. We can be living in different regions, um, in different lands. We could be climate refugee from one place to another, but when it comes to the sky, we really don't have a choice. It's just one roof that we are all living under that. So it's not that कि ये हमारा मसला नहीं है या ये उनका मसला है, ये हम सब का मसला है. It's everybody's problem, and it's a common problem we share with the rest of the world. So the contributors to global warming in the sky are different from the contributors to global warming on Earth. On Earth, there's one basic contributor, or one most challenging contributor, which is carbon dioxide, which is a greenhouse gas that causes global warming, because of all the fossil fuel burning, and then just the atmosphere just close to the ground is affected. Lekin when you look at the sky, we have two contributors, because one is carbon dioxide and the other one is water vapor. Because whenever you burn any hydrocarbon fuel, जब भी आप कोई ईंधन जलाते हैं तो उसमें से दो gases खारिज होती हैं. So these two gases are carbon dioxide and water vapor. जब आप ज़मीन पे होते हैं तो ये water vapor जो है ना, ये क्योंकि हम we are around 1 atmospheric pressure, so it recycles itself and it converts into liquid water at some stage. So it has a small residence time as a vapor. But as you go up in the sky, at increasing altitudes, the water vapor does not, because the pressure is so low and the temperature is so low that the water vapor cannot recycle itself into liquid water. So it just forms a cloud. And since that cloud at that altitude is not capable of causing rainfall, it's a very high cloud, because all your weather is under 2000 meters. And when you are flying, like your transatlantic cruise flight is around, you're flying at 10,000 meters. So you are essentially flying above the weather, above the Mount Everest, you're flying very high. So the issue now is that because carbon dioxide is a very common problem, so the industry generally is very aware of it. Everybody knows about carbon dioxide, everybody is working on carbon dioxide as well. लेकिन जो contrails हैं या water vapor है, this is an industry specific problem. ये सिर्फ आसमान में आलूदगी पैदा कर रहा है और वहीं पे खारिज होता है. तो ये सिर्फ एविएशन इंडस्ट्री का मसला है. और इस तरह in a way it is the aviation industry is actually responsible for letting the rest of the world know that it is a problem. So we have, like, there is a gap there, because people, I see that there is a confusion. People are not very clear about the contribution of water vapor. Talking about contrails, contrails is like a word coined from condensation trail, which means that when the aircraft releases its emissions, when it burns fuel, the two byproducts are carbon dioxide and water vapor. So they are very hot inside the engine, and carbon dioxide is a gas, it remains a gas. Water vapor is like in the form of steam, inside the engine, and then when it comes out, it converts into a cloud. It forms, like, it condenses into a cloud. And since this cloud is very high, and you must have witnessed it when you're flying, it creates like an artificial blanket on the surface of the earth, and the water vapor acts as a greenhouse gas. It traps the heat of the earth as in any other greenhouse gas would do, and it prevents the visible spectrum or the visible light to enter the surface of the earth. So it is a global warming phenomena. इस पे अभी तक जितनी तहकीक हुई है उससे साइंसदानों ने ये साबित किया है कि इसकी वजह से जो ग्लोबल वार्मिंग है वो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड से 5 गुना ज़्यादा है आसमान में. I think the whole wide world is working on carbon dioxide, because it's a problem common to a lot of industries and also to the ground as well as the air. And then we just have the aviation industry working on this phenomena, on the contrail phenomena. And then obviously within the industry there is a limited group that is working on it. Secondly, the aviation industry is very challenging because you are very limited by the kind of technology that you can take up in the air. Every technology cannot fly, and there is no system around the aircraft as well. It's not that an aircraft is there in the air and it's flying and you have something around it or some building around it which is processing emissions or processing pollutions. We can do that on ground. We have factories, but we can put up a filtration plant or exhaust gas recirculation plant or something, but you cannot do that in the air. So there's a limitation, one, that every technology has to be put on the aircraft and has to be put on the engine. And two, it has to be airworthy. Now, airworthiness is again a very big science. Everything is not airworthy. It has to be very safe. It has to be very light. So we have to really work within a lot of constraints. And this is exactly where we are working. So we are working on contrails, and a lot of people ask me, is this going to do something to carbon dioxide? And I say that there are a lot of technologies. A lot of people are working on carbon dioxide, and a lot of work on carbon dioxide on the ground can also be, converted into some technology that can be used in the air. For example, making better fuels, increasing the efficiency of the aircraft or of the engine. These are all the things that people are working on. But when it comes to contrail, I don't think, there is a lot of research. I've been part of a research group at my university where we know that people are, studying this phenomena and working on it. और इस पे जो ज़्यादा काम है वो World War II के बाद शुरू हुआ, but that was more towards the visible impact of contrails, in the sense that enemies could detect planes when they saw the smoke coming out of them. But जो उसका the environmental, and they did take measures like in adding chemicals to it or to disperse it to make it invisible. But from an environmental perspective, it's a very recent phenomena that people have really started looking at it that way.